Alright guys, you saw the title from this video. In this video, in chess, I'm going to be reviewing a game that I played like 15 minutes ago, to be completely honest, a chess game. And yeah, somehow I ended up getting 92.6% accuracy. And my opponent got 83.5% accuracy. And you see this one blunder over here? Yeah, the thing is, this one blunder caused me to win the entire game. And it's actually not a very clear blunder. But let me just show you guys the percentages really quickly. So as you can see, the game rated my opponent at 1800, and they rated me at 2000. They got 100% accuracy in the opening. I also got 100% accuracy in the opening. They got 83% in the middle game. I got 92.3. They got 79.5 in the end game, and I got 91.1. And that's why I got nearly 10% more. And without further ado, let's just begin with the review. By the way, I would like to mention my opponent actually played really well in this game, but just one blunder caused me to win the entire game pretty much. Anyways, they start off with e4. Now e4 is obviously just a book move, you know, there are multiple possibilities after it, so yeah, I just responded with e5. Then they responded with knight f3. Obviously a book move, just attacking the pawn. I responded with knight to c6, obviously. So now, they play this move, which is actually my favorite opening in the game. And what I like to do is just capture and just trade pieces. That's usually what I do. So I captured. They captured back. I captured back. And then they captured. And now in this position, I played f6. And the reason I play this move is because if they accept the trade, I just get to develop my knight for free. And I know they could play this move, but honestly, I'm not sure why I would have done that position, but I mean, it didn't happen, thankfully. And they did accept. So I played this move. But now we have the move pawn to f3. And now the idea is probably to just defend the pawn. Now, in this situation, we've probably just played something like bishop d3 or knight c3, but still, this is a good move, even according to the engine. But then we had bishop b4 check, which was a move that I played, although to be honest, it isn't really a great move because my original idea, guys, was this. Okay, so I really didn't want pawn to e5 to happen because I thought it would just totally destroy my entire position as my knight would be forced to move. So my idea was this. They would play this move, or this move. They'd either block with the knight or bishop, and I could trade immediately. And I could play something like d6. So this move, e5, can't happen. And the reason I didn't just play d6 immediately is because that would just trap my bishop. So I want to just trade the bishop, and then I would play that move. But instead they blocked with the pawn. Now I realized that I wasn't really in a great situation, so I just moved the bishop over here to c5. Then they played the move knight d2, which is just developing a piece. So it's obviously just a good move automatically. Now the move pawn d6, the move that I'd been wanting to play for quite some time, just to prevent this from happening, like pawn e5. Then we had knight c4. Now in this position, I played castles, and apparently this was actually an inaccuracy, because they can play this. Yeah, they can play this, b4. But that didn't happen, thankfully. And then, obviously, I realized I should move my knight. Because if I didn't move my knight, and let's just say I played something like pawn h6 after captures, and then recaptures, the g-pawn, which would now be on f6, would be very weak, along with the pawn on h6. And, yeah, my king would be completely exposed to any attack by a rook. So I just moved my knight immediately. Then we had long castle. Now I move my knight over here, the idea being that they trade and I just capture back. We traded. And apparently it was actually better to capture the pawn because I could have potentially won a free pawn as well. But to be honest, they would have probably just played something like a3, so I didn't really see a point in that. Then we had bishop c4. Now I just push this pawn, like kick out their bishop. Now the bishop moved. Now I move my own bishop, and the idea that I had was this. If they capture, and then I capture back, maybe they'll play something like rook e1, and they'll just blunder their bishop. That was my idea. They captured. I captured back. and I was really hoping they would blunder their bishop, but apparently they did something almost as bad. They played a move almost as bad as just blundering their bishop. They played g3. And this move automatically just loses the game, and I saw the win immediately. Just attack the bishop, and yeah, I just get even more center space. And now all these 3 pawns are just together. And maybe I can just bring the rook over here, because there's no light squared bishop to like attack my rook. Yeah, this whole pawn chain is going to be completely protected. So the bishop moved, obviously. And not just that, this actually just blunders a pawn, because yeah, there's no way you can save this pawn unless you want to like lose the bishop to this pawn. So yeah, I captured immediately. Then they played rook here, to f1. Now I didn't capture because I realized that I would just be losing this open file, so I just played rook f8. They captured. I captured back. Now they played rook h1. Now the problem with this move is that I just pinned their bishop immediately. And apparently this is actually another inaccuracy. Wow. I mean, to be fair, I mean, I don't really see what's the benefit of putting the rook on f2. Like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. It's just, like, the rook isn't really doing anything, in my opinion, but okay. Then we have the move a4. Oh, whoops. That's h4. Sorry, a4. Just ignore this move. And then we had bishop captures from me as a check. They captured back. And I played this check. And they protected their pawn. The idea that I had was that maybe they bring their king over here, so then they would just be attacking my rook and I could just capture this free pawn. But instead I decided I would just play e2, because at least I'm going to win this pawn guaranteed. Then they played h4, obviously trying to launch an attack on my king, with the help of the rook, obviously. Now I just captured immediately, and instead of defending this pawn with something like b3, they played king d2. I mean, yeah, you can also defend with b4. I just captured immediately. Then we had the move pawn b3. I gave this check. And originally I was hoping they would go over here, so I could just win the rook for free. That was my idea. But that didn't happen. Instead they played king d3. So I brought up to my rook all the way to g2. Then they played rook h3. And now I played pawn a5. The idea I had was to just bring all of these 5 pawns with the help of the rook to just stop the king and these 2 pawns, pretty much. Then we have the move pawn c4. Now I played pawn to b6, joining all of these 5 pawns completely. Now we have the move king c3, which to be honest doesn't really achieve much, but okay. Now we have the move from me. Oh, whoops. Now we have the move rook e2 from me. The idea was to just give a check, potentially. That was the whole idea. Now we have the move king d3. Now I played rook a2 now. And now they played pawn g4. I played this move. Oh, whoops. Okay, I played pawn to a4. The idea being if they capture, I win the rook. They captured. They probably assumed this was just a trade of 2 pawns, although obviously it wasn't, and apparently I'm not even winning by much. Like, the winning, like by points, is 6 points before winning the rook. Like, the winning by now is just like 5 points only. Like, the amount of points I'm winning by. It's just 5 points without winning the rook, but after winning it, it's just 6 points. Now, obviously I didn't capture the pawn instantly, I just captured the rook. They played king e4, I captured the rook, and they resigned. I'll just show you right now. Well, they resigned, I mean, that's what the game said. Okay. Anyways, guys, yeah, this is really just the whole video. Me just reviewing probably one of the best games I've ever played in my entire chess career so far. But still, though, I seriously have no idea how I got an accuracy this high, and the game could serve me a 2000, along with giving me a 100% opening accuracy, 92.3% middle game accuracy, and 91.1% end game accuracy. Like, actually, this has to be one of my best games ever. I honestly have no idea how. And yeah, guys, this is the whole video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like and subs out. Really help the channel a ton. If you really enjoyed it, you can also drop super thanks. Without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.